So what actually is communion? It's got lots of names. You might have heard it called the Mass or the Eucharist or the Lord's Supper or any number of other names. But what is actually happening when a priest like me prays over some bread and some wine that we then share? Well, it all goes back to the Last Supper, Jesus' meal with his friends before he is betrayed. He breaks some bread and passes it around, saying, "This is my body." He then passes around a cup of wine and says, "This is my blood." And in Luke's Gospel, he adds the command, "Do this in remembrance of me." That's what it's about. But what does that mean 2,000 years later when I stand at the front of a church? Well, think about that phrase, "Do this in remembrance of me." That's the key one. And think about that word remembrance. On Remembrance Sunday, we gather together and we remember those who have given their lives in conflict. And that word remembrance is important. It doesn't mean we're doing something magic. It doesn't mean we're bringing back all those who died. But see, similarly, it's not just stopping to think about it. It's taking a moment to pause, to reflect, and to say, actually, that matters and that shapes my life and the way we live now. And that's what happens with communion, but with one life-changing difference. Because 39 articles of religion in the Church of England say that when we take the bread and the wine, we are partaking in Jesus' death and resurrection. That means that the bread and the wine, they don't change into something magic. They don't suddenly become the literal body and blood of Jesus, but they become something for us to take symbolically that grounds us in Jesus' death and resurrection. It's our way, our symbolic way of saying, actually, I belong to this. I'm pinning my colours to the mast and I follow King Jesus. That's an Anglican understanding of communion. Other denominations might have different takes. And as an Anglican priest, if your opinion differs from mine or you grew up in a different denomination, you are still welcome around my table. But as an Anglican, the three things you will see me do if you come to a service that I preside at is you will see me recount the Last Supper. You will see me break the bread as Jesus did, and you will see us share a single cup as those disciples did. And that is our way of pinning our colours to the mast and saying the cross and what Jesus did matters, and it shapes my life today.